Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different.
Yeah, bit of a departure.
Yeah. And so get ready to trade in those dense reports and, all those long studies for something, uh, well, frankly, something more playful.
That's right. We're going deep with a children's book.
Yeah, a children's book. Now, I know you're thinking a children's book for the deep dive, but hold on. Stick with us here.
It's Gorillas Go to the Beach by Jemma Jose. It's a level 1 book from Pratham Books. So think like really simple sentences, tons of color. The kind of book meant to make little kids fall in love with reading.
Exactly. And, sometimes those simplest things, those most basic things can reveal a lot. Like,
Absolutely.
what about joy? How do we experience and remember joy? Or what are the fundamental building blocks of a good story?
Right? And how do these stories get shared?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
What I find really interesting right off the bat is how direct the book is. It just jumps right in. The gorillas are off to the beach. No messing around. Straight to the action. What do you think about that?
I love that. It's like, boom, you're right there on the beach with them.
So no time wasted on setup. The gorillas are at the beach. What kind of gorilla beach day are we talking about?
Well, it unfolds, with these really classic beachy activities. We see them digging in the sand, such a simple thing, but
I know. It's like everyone does it. Why is that? What's the universal appeal, whether you're a gorilla or a kid?
hmm, that's a great question. I think there's something like innately satisfying about shaping the world around you, building something, even if it's just a sandcastle. The waves will wash away eventually, but it's about creating something. It's hands-on.
I like that. Hands-on.
Yeah, and then the energy changes. Gorilla jumps in the water. Splash. That one word, splash.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do for you?
It's so immediate. It's like you're right there when it happens. It captures the feeling of that first jump into the water. You don't need fancy language for that. Just splash.
That's all you need.
Then there's this detail that caught my eye. Gorilla eats yummy Bhutta from the food carts. What do you think about that Bhutta?
Yummy Bhutta.
Oh.
I love it. For those who might not know, Bhutta is roasted corn on the cob. It's really popular street food in South Asia. It immediately gives you a sense of place.
Yes.
Like, this isn't just any beach. This beach has a culture.
Yeah.
It has flavors, and it makes you think about where this might be happening.
Right. Even though it's gorillas on the beach, it's grounded in something real.
And it's sensory too, right? You can almost smell that roasting corn. You can taste it. It brings the story to life.
Totally. And after the snack break, the gorillas get active again.
Mm.
Gorillas throw a frisbee on the shore. Simple play. Why include that, do you think?
Well, it shows the social side of being at the beach, doesn't it?
Okay.
It's not just each gorilla doing their own thing. They're playing together.
Mm-hmm.
And throwing a frisbee takes coordination, right?
A little bit of friendly competition.
So it's like a universal symbol of having fun together, of leisure.
I like that. And then we get to this really heartwarming part. Gorilla plays with a friendly dog.
Oh, yeah, that's a sweet moment. What does that add for you?
I think it's about connection, You've got gorillas and a dog playing together. It's unexpected, and it just breaks down any sense of difference.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes the friendliness of the beach. Joy and friendship can pop up in the most surprising places.
Absolutely. But after all that play and excitement, there's a change. Gorilla collects shells to show her friends. It's not just about having fun anymore, is it?
It's about taking something from the experience, holding on to it. The shells are like souvenirs,
Yeah.
little pieces of the beach to take home. And the reason she collects them to show her friends, well, that shows how important those connections are. Sharing discoveries and memories. Each shell is like a tiny story waiting to be told.
I love that. Each shell a story. And then, as all good beach days do, this one comes to an end. Gorillas are tired. Now it's time to watch the moon rise.
It's a quiet ending. Peaceful. How does that ending strike you?
Oh, it's beautiful. After all that energy and activity, there's this stillness. The tired gorillas watching the moon come up. It gives you this feeling of contentment, like the day's complete.
Yeah. A sense of peace. Now, beyond the story itself, there's something really interesting going on here. The book mentions it was made possible by Pratham Books' Storyweaver platform, and it's licensed under a Creative Commons by Y 4.0 license. Can you explain what that Creative Commons license means, like in a practical sense?
So it's pretty huge, actually. Unlike typical copyright, which limits how you can use something, this license is all about openness. Anyone can copy it, adapt it, distribute it, even use it commercially. The only thing is you have to give credit to the original author, Jemma Jose and Pratham Books.
So let's say, hypothetically, I wanted to take this gorilla story and make it about penguins going to Antarctica.
Yeah.
I could do that as long as I acknowledge the original source. Exactly. It encourages people to build on each other's work,
Wow.
to make new stories from existing ones. It's like a giant shared pool of stories.
I love that idea. And the book talks about Pratham Books going digital to create a rich fabric of openly licensed multilingual stories, knitting together children, authors, illustrators, teachers, and translators. That's a big goal. What's the idea behind this open approach to children's books?
It's all about making sure everyone has access to books and stories. By making a platform like Storyweaver and using this open license, they're breaking down barriers. It doesn't matter where you are in the world or what language you speak.
Right.
You can find a story that speaks to you.
And the book is available for free online through websites like Free Kids Books.
Yeah.
That free access is huge, right? It's a direct result of this Creative Commons approach.
Totally. No one is excluded because they can't afford a book, and because anyone can adapt it and translate it, it can reach so many more kids.
That's amazing. So, looking back at our deep dive into this children's book, what are the big takeaways?
I think it shows us that even simple language and a straightforward story can communicate these big universal feelings. The joy of playing, the excitement of discovery, the peacefulness of just being together.
Right.
And it really highlights the importance of sharing those stories. This open licensing model is making a huge difference in the world of children's literature.
It makes you think about how stories work. What makes a story grab our attention? What makes us connect with it, even if it's really simple? This little book is a perfect example of that.
And it reminds us that even though it's a children's book, it has a purpose. Introducing simple verbs in a pop of color. Stories can be fun and educational at the same time.
I like that. So here's a final thought for you. Think about all the simple stories we come across every day. A little anecdote, a news headline, a drawing your kid makes.
Right.
What if we looked at them differently? What assumptions are we making? What deep burnings might we be missing?
And what about sharing? What would happen if we were more open with our ideas and our stories like they are with this children's book? The Creative Commons model shows us there are other ways of doing things.
That's a great question to leave on. Thank you for joining us as we went a little off script today exploring the surprisingly deep world of Gorillas Go to the Beach. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you then.